I can.
Okay, have you been to the auction before? Then you can't give a comparison. After the auction, you can give a comparison. Okay, so the important things to know right off the bat are your tears give me erections. Your butt hurt keeps me warm in the winter. The level of appropriateness of jokes starts with talking about horse cock and then gets better or worse depending on your perspective from that point. Okay, so there have been years where we permitted under 18 with parents into the room and we had to make sure, like, okay, do you let them watch Game of Thrones? Yes. Do you let them rewind and re-watch the really, like...
horrible parts?
Yeah. If the answer is yes, then okay, but, you know, be ready to clap your hands on their ears, because one time we had a family, so one year there was this 14-year-old dude, or 15-year-old dude, he managed to get in there, and then the year after that, he brought his entire family because he thought it was so fucking hilarious. So it was this 15 or 16-year-old dude and his 13-year-old sister, I think?
Yep.
And 8-year-old sister and mom and dad. I gave the 15, 20-minute extended warning, and dad and 8-year-old sister left. So mom, 16-year-old dude, 12 or 13-year-old sister. And there was a 40-minute to hour-long bit where I would auction some stuff off and mention bukkake, and then turn to the 13-year-old and say, now your mother says it's okay for you to be here, so I'm going to explain what bukkake is to you. And then we go back and I'd sell a plushie and I'd say blah, 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 blah. Oh, your brother's bidding on it. That's because he's going to masturbate with it. Or to it, or on it. At which point, so I was explaining to the girl how her mother and father totally fucked on the kitchen table because they're married, so yeah. Mom is like killing herself laughing. She's like, it's true! Because she wasn't an unattractive woman, and so I was just like, yeah, he just bent her right over, and just BAM! And sister was like, ah! And I'm like, what? It's, you know, their holy matrimony. It's their relationship is sexual. How do you think you showed up? And she's like, ah! And brother, she's like, I signed up for this. And mom's killing herself laughing. 20 minutes later, I'm like, so he's gonna, do you understand why brother has,
tissues?
Has tissues and lube next to his computer? And he's like, no, I don't. And I'm like, really? Do you know why brother doesn't let you do his laundry, especially his gym socks? And he was like, and sister was like, what? And then mother was like, oh, no. It's not like she didn't know it was happening. She just didn't want to think about it. So that's the sort of trauma I really like to cause people. If you draw my attention, which involves making eye contact, basically, or bidding on an item, I will not restrain myself from mocking my invented perception of your sexual proclivities, body weight, personal triggers, or anything like that. So one year we had a guy who was a furry, and I did a bit on how furries are terrible people, objectively speaking. And he's like, well, why aren't you, my girlfriend's a furry? And I'm like, no, she's got cat ears and cat paws. She's a cat girl. The internet says cat girl isn't furry. Like, it's in the rules. He's like, I'm like, shut up, you're a sexual deviant. And so he got really butthurt and left, and then wrote a 3-page essay on the feedback forums, where everyone could read it, about how rude I was. And the reaction of everyone else on staff was, you gave him the warning, right? And I'm like, oh yeah. My reaction was to print it out and read portions of it the year after that. So, if you feel yourself getting offended, please make public comments on the Otafest page so that the staff can have feedback from our valuable attendees and I can mock your whiny ass next year. Okay? Okay. So, we have a smaller number of items this year, but they are fairly high quality items, so I can't do the usual. Back in the day, the first year we did auction, somebody brought literally a cardboard box full of porno DVDs. Porno VHS. Sorry. This was, excuse me, like 8-10 years ago. So it wasn't like VHS was a popular format. The guy was just like, well, I got all this sweet subtitled hentai, there you go. And I'm like, okay, Junko is the Iron Virgin, and oh my God, this guy has got a swan for a dick. So yeah, so TLDR, there is no degree of not safe for work tags that covers what we're about to discuss. And by we, I mean me, and by discuss, I mean mock. Okay, if you have ever seriously said the word triggered in your life, this will not go well for you. How about you, Danger here? Okay, good, good. She smiled. She's thinking about how she's going to write about this on Tumblr.
Oh, yeah.